Under the disc, 4 elephants are standing on the back of a giant turtle. Nobody knows where the turtle is going, least of all the turtle. And somewhere slightly closer to home, in a small corner of Ankh-Morpork that is considerably less interesting, but considerably easier to insure, Librarian Presents has acquired a box. But not just any box, a Kickstarter box, which, according to all known laws of sensible financial management, is probably something that should have been left well alone. Fortunately, we have never let common sense stand in the way of a good tabletop game. Welcome to the channel if you've been with us before. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time. I'm Alan, and this is Librarian Presents, and today we're going on an excursion to Ankh-Morpork, the city where you can be robbed, arrested, and offered a suspiciously cheap sausage within the same 5 minutes, where the Watch has discovered the revolutionary concept of policing, where wizards have a complicated relationship with actual magic, and where death has a surprisingly dry sense of humour, and where the patrician Lord Vetinari has somehow managed to make tyranny look like an efficient municipal administration. Today, however, I'm not here to necessarily investigate the guilds, or avoid the assassins, or find out what's happened to my wallet. Answers on a postcard. I'm here to open this. So what we have here should, because the box is still sealed, should be the Blackboard Monitor pledge for Terry Pratchett's Discworld Adventures in Ankh-Morpork by Modiphius Games. So this was a Kickstarter campaign which ran from the, bear with me with my notes because there's a lot of information. So the campaign ran from the 15th of October 2024 to the 7th of November, also 2024, and it ran for 23 days in total. It smashed its funding goal of £100,000, taking a grand total of £2,437,149, with a total of 17,590 backers. However, during the pledge manager phase of the campaign, which took place on GameFound, between late pledges, extra add-on items from all the backers who already made previous pledges, the grand total reached a final sum of £3,271,021 from a total of 19,819 backers. So I'm sure Lord Vetinari is grinning ear to ear at the thought of all that tax funding. This was meant to arrive in August 2025, so this is 12 months late, but better late than never. And there's no doubt that Rincewind had some weird magic delay in this. So without further ado, let's get out Mr. Slice and let's crack the sellotape on this box and see exactly what we have. It is rather weighty, so I'm going to be a little bit careful with this as we do this, so bear with me. It's quite thick as well, but given that it is an RPG, this shouldn't be a particularly overly long unboxing, but never say never, right? Okay, so this is a really awkward box because now I've got 4 massive flaps in my face, which is just wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to just pop everything up first, and then I'll show the items one by one to the camera. I'll put the knife away as well, knife safety, kids. And then we will take a random cut to organize the order these things are going to be opened in, and then get into the good stuff. There is a lot here. So many different things. Wait, if that's those in... Oh, what? Oh, okay, all right. Also, bear with me if I start sweating profusely, because there is currently a heat wave going on as I record this, which is just wonderful for my temperament, I'll tell you. Right, let's get rid of the box, loud bang, potentially. So we have no idea what that is, so it doesn't actually say. Guessing some sort of pin badge, maybe? We'll take a look at that when we open it, obviously. There's, oh my god, a City Watch actual badge. That is ridiculously heavy. That's really nice. Bunch of metal coins, campaign coins. Plastic luck tokens. Some dice, which I'm going to assume are the Octarine dice. I'm assuming they've put a few sets of those in, one for each set of players playing the game. Up to 4, obviously. And then we have the luck tokens in metal. We have a bookmark, some postcards. Oh, okay, those look like character cards, actually. These might be postcards. Again, we'll get a proper look at these in a few moments. So we've got watch dice set, librarian dice set, death dice set, veterinary dice set, dice tray. How many times can I say dice in 5 minutes? Let's start the counter. This is a sealed tube. I'm going to guess there's some sort of map or something in here. But again, we'll have a look at that when we get there. These are actually sealed up. Yes, they are. That's actually surprised. Make sure there's nothing in there before I check it. Yeah. Okay, so we have Game Master's Toolkit, Tales from the Big Wahoonie, hardback. Again, I'm just going to blitz through these just to open them and see what we've got, put them in the order. So bear with us while I go through this process. Just kind of showing you this as a raw unboxing. We're not like other unboxing channels, which have already opened it, know exactly what's in the sets. We're doing this blind. Through the Ages, Ankh-Morpork. That's going to be the collector's edition core book. That is really nice. And then, oh, this one's not sealed. Hang on a sec. Okay, so we've got the standard core book, Night Before printed book, and lesser known Streets of Ankh-Morpork. Right, that's a lot of stuff to go through, so bear with us. So give me a sec, I've just got dust on my chest from Bloodstock, which is fine. Bear with us a sec while we put this into some sort of manageable order, and then we can start cracking into the things. For you, it will be a couple of seconds. For me, it's going to be a few minutes, so back in a sec. And just like a turn of a page, I am back. So I'm going to look at the core book first. So we've got two versions of this. Originally, we did back at the, I think it was the Duke of Ankh level, which didn't include all the extra bits, and we had the dice tray on separately. But then we looked at all the extra stuff you were getting in the Blackboard Monitor pledge, and we just decided to go for it. As such, including the pledge was the standard edition and the collector's edition of the core rulebook. The artwork on that collector's edition, I'll just pull the cellophane off this because I'm probably going to get a lot of glare, I would imagine. So give me a sec whilst I find a way into this without damaging anything. Always the part I hate is trying to get the cellophane off. Come on. Oh, I hope that's not tapping out the mic with that squeaky noises. I'll open the two of them up first. They should be the same contents in both, so that way it kind of works out as the players can have one rule book in front of them, and the game master can have one in front of them as well. Okay, so got the standard, which obviously has the Greta 2 in, just the turtle standard, flying through space with the disc on his back. You can't see the elephants on that angle. Probably would have been nicer if they did include an angle where you could see the elephants, but I can see why they went for this option. On the back, you've got the kind of outline of the turtle with the disc, with a quote from Mort. I hope it's the same quote on the collectors. Yes, it is. So it's the same quote on the back of the collectors, but it's foiled in gold, which is really nice. And on the front, we've got this fantastic take. I can't remember the name of the painting, the one with all the stairs, but this is the very famous painting. Everyone knows it, everyone has seen it, but obviously including all the Discworld characters. That's really nice, fantastic artwork. The name of the artist is escaping me right now. I'm hoping it's in the front of this book somewhere. So opening the book, you've got this, it's almost like a carpet or a rug embellishment with dragons. Paul Kidby is the cover artist. So let's open the other one to see if it's the same innard, which it is, yes. Okay, as expected. Cover artist Paul Kidby. So Paul Kidby did both book covers. I'm assuming he did almost all, if not all, of the artwork in these books. So again, because this is a book, I'm not going to focus fully. I'm not going to stop on every single page and talk through it. I'm going to have a quick flick through. That's a beautiful shot. I did include that in the slides in the intro to this video. I do really like that. What was that caught me a bit off guard. Yeah, so I'm not going to obviously focus on that, because if you are interested in this, you should obviously look into sourcing a full copy, instead of trying to get every single page screenshotted off of a video. Not to sound hoity-toity or high and mighty or anything, but oh, ribbon. Nice gold ribbon, that. There's a lot of books don't include those, which can be a pain. Some really nice artwork, as expected. This is going to be fun to read through. I've been reading Discworld since I was a teenager. I'm not going to tell you how old I am now, but I'm not a teenager anymore. Not by a long shot. Captain Carrot. So these are NPCs. Oh, that was an NPC, rather. Unseen University. So Unseen University NPC is Arch-Chancellor Ridgely. The Librarian, Rincewind. So just kind of give you a sort of sense of how the NPC sheets look. The luggage as an NPC, that's genius. What's in the luggage? Roll a d6 to discern what's in the luggage. It's got that very recognizable style that all Discworld fans will instantly pick out and be at home and feel familiar with. Different guilds. Oh, there's Amazing Maurice and his Educated Rodents. Locales by the looks of it. Yeah, warehouse. So again, I'm not going to flick through the other books because it will be the same content. That's cool. You can kind of see it's very well laid out. The text is really nice, quite a large size. The pages feel nice and thick. They are of a glossy stock. Every one of them has this kind of one of the towers from the Unseen University embellished onto the bottom corner. It just feels really good, high quality product. Again, with that ribbon, definitely adds to it. I wonder if the ribbon is the same color. Apologies for the hand stains on the book. It's a different color, I think. Is it? No, same color. See, I was trying to get it. Yeah, same color. So that's the core book. As I say, with two things. Oh, there's the size spines are different as well. A lot of ink. Oh, I think it's a star. So on the standard, it's just got, obviously, I mean, they both got the same thing, but Terry Pratchett's Discworld, Adventures in Ankh-Morpork, Modiphius Entertainment, not games. My apologies for that wrong in the intro. But on this one, you've got this gold embellishment, makes it look quite grandiose, almost like a magical book from the Unseen University's library. Which is really nice. That really does pop quite nicely. I hope the camera's really catching the fleck on that gold. So that's really nice. So next we're going to take a look at, I'm going to slice this one so it's coming in a nice self-contained packet that you can reseal. Is it the Game Master's Toolkit? So we've got this book here. I'm assuming this is Simplified Rules, Introduction. So this looks like it's a way to teach the Game Master how to... so the core rulebook contains all the rules of Adventures in Ankh-Morpork, as well as advice on how to run games. With this booklet, we want to delve a little deeper into our design intent and key aspects of being a game master on the disc. We've also included a series of tables for generating content from random businesses and clubs to locations and scenes. Okay, so it helps the game master to kind of generate the world that they're going to be building for their players with examples of different things. So magic, death, the character, I guess by proxy the event as well. Traveling by map, building locations and scenes. So example, pub name, you can roll a d6 and get one of 6 options. Example, pub atmosphere, etc. So this is a really nice, quick way to sort of look in and think, right, let's have a look and see what things I kind of want to build, but let's have a little guidance to it as well, which is really cool. I'm not experienced at running games, but I am very keen on doing so. We just need to find the right set of people to be able to do it with. Reference sheets. Oh, nice high. Oh, that's nice. A high quality reference sheet. I'm getting a bit distracted. My goldfish brain is kicking in apparently. So this gives you the dice, the tests, the luck, how you spend that, your magic, and different things, different consequences and whatnot. On the back of these, it's that nice basic criterion with the disc on its back with a compass effigy behind it. So there's two of those. No, two. Oh, there's one on the back of the book as well. So there's two of those in card. And then we've got, I'm guessing this is character sheets. Kind of looks like it might be. And there's a good chunk of those there, again with the same effigy. Could be NPC sheets actually, with the same effigy on the back. Nice thick sturdy cardstock. Oh, this is going to be nice. Single-sided. A map. And I hope this is going to get all picked up on the camera. If not, I will do an insert shot of Ankh-Morpork. I'll try and do a little roll if I can, just in case it's not. So that's the whole city in all its, I would say glory, but yeah. So that's really cool with the grid lights, grid markers showing different parts of the city and which grids. You can see A4, for example, you're in that section, then you move to B6 or whatever. Main routes, it tells you the different gateways and which way they head out to. So via the Least Gate, you can go to Stoke Cerrig. Via the Deosil Gate, you can head to Quirm. By the Onion Gate, you can head to Istanzia, and so forth and so forth. This is single-sided, which I quite like. I always feel a bit awkward if it's double-sided because I don't want to damage them and get the print on the back wrecked. This is really thick card as well. It's really good quality. It looks really nice print. It's printed like an off-white, it's like a yellowish kind of almost aged look to it, which looks really cool. It feels like parchment almost. And then you've got notable buildings, waterways, rivers, taverns, etc. Like a little guide there for different things on the map, which is really cool. There's a lot of taverns in Ankh-Morpork. That's really nice. Oh no, let's stick to that. Okay, we're good. And then we've got the sheet for the back with a quote from Soul Music, so the book Soul Music. And then I'm going to have to get this to slice out again to open up the GM screen. This feels like quite thick stuffing, so I thought I'd have more trouble with that. So on one, oh, what's that? Micropack enhanced PE sheets. I think it's a way to prevent chafing on the print, or maybe silicone. Maybe this is from a silicone sheet. This probably won't be captured fully by the camera. If I need to do an insert, I will. You can see it's got 3 panels with the tired troll in the background there. Vimes catching someone, stealing, it's either cabbages or lettuce. With Angua in her wolf form. Dibbler's there as well. See what Dibbler's selling his hot dog sausages for very cheap. A dragon in the background and in the roof. Above the roofs, there is an assassin on one of the roofs in the background. Somebody's dumping what looks like a very yellow liquid on a night watch officer. A watch officer, the Mended Drum, which is a famous tavern. And we got the Crimson Leech as well. So that's that amazing artwork there. That's really cool. And then on the inside, we'll have the usual kind of tools, shall we say, for the Game Master. Quick references. So where, what, so again, you kind of figure out what you roll, which dice for which options. And then you've got example consequence, magical consequential traits, different things like that. NPC names. So if you want to come up with some different, just a random blurb of names there that you can pick up with. So you could pick up the name Edwin, roll a dice, d20, and if you roll 17 is a gargoyle. So Edwin the gargoyle, who has, let's see, roll 7, is extremely aware of the value of money. And then an example mannerism, let's say number 9, never looks anyone directly in the eye. And then you've got all different bits as well. So it's really nice, quick, as people are going through the game, you can quickly come up with NPCs using that, which is really cool. I'm going to pop this back into its packaging, just to keep it safe. I'm always weary of these packagings because the sticky side is always on the flap, never on the the outside of the bag itself, which means it is liable to stick to the product you are trying very carefully to get back in the bag, which isn't a great design, people. I don't know why no one's picked up on this before. I've said it before in previous unboxings as well, so I'm not quite sure why that's a thing. Okay, then we've got, hopefully that's not glaring too much, this is also a resealable bag, but I think it's just the one booklet in here. The Night Before Hogswatch. So if I remember correctly, this was a stretch goal. If I remember correctly, I mean, bear in mind, this was nearly 2 years ago. But again, we got that beautiful artwork with Jack Frost there. Really nice. Again, that's, yeah, Paul Kidby, yeah, I thought it would be. So then this should all be about running a small campaign, or I guess you could embellish it outwards, all based around Hogswatch, which is obviously Christmas on the Discworld. Death of Rats, the Grim Squeaker. We were at Bloodstock last weekend, and there was a person walking around dressed as the Grim Squeaker, and it was hilarious. Very much did not expect to see that. So Death's granddaughter Susan. Oh, this is great. Yeah. So again, I'm not gonna. Yeah, Festival one shot there. Get some character sheets. Nanny Og, the Hogfather, Bilius. So again, I'm not gonna Eater of Socks go through this in any massive amount of detail. But it looks like there's a couple of different scenarios you could probably run through this, which is really cool, and it could be something really fun to do at Christmas time once we've got the rules all read and down. So on the back of this one, obviously the Hogfather is the quote from this, the quote is from the Hogfather on this one. Makes sense, given that this is to do with Hogswatch. I'll pop that back in its sleeve for the time being. Yeah, and the fillet. Okay, then we've got another hardcover. I'm going into this one. This one's quite a lot thinner. You can already see this one has a ribbon in it as well, which is nice. So we can get that kind of, there we go. Right, so the lesser known streets of Ankh-Morpork. There are quite a few undesirables on the cover there. Again, fantastic artwork. On the back, we have a quote from Moving Pictures. So I'll hold that just for a minute, just in case someone wants to have a read of that, or you can pause it and then read it, so leave it for a few seconds. There you go. And then go into it. So we got the same innards as the core book, with that kind of dragon carpet kind of look. So we've got cover art, Paul Kidby, interior artwork, Paul Kidby and David Benzel. So there is some other artists included, which makes sense. There'd be a lot for Paul Kidby to do on his own, obviously. That is a cute dragon. That is really cute. Leather wax. So yeah, this will be, yeah, Grebo, Nanny Og, Agnes Knit. And this is familiar face. It looks like it's more world building stuff. Another ribbon, same color as the previous one, so they're keeping with the aesthetic, which is nice. Kind of fits with everything else. Keep it all the same. Richard Gilt. Looks very much like Tim Curry. If any of you are old enough to know who Tim Curry is. I mean, Discworld fans probably will be, to be fair, they'll just know who Tim Curry is. So not to be derogatory to anyone, obviously. The Postal Service, Post Office. Oh, this is amazing. I've waited for this for so long. I've been a Discworld fan, as I say, for many years. Gollum Trust. I still need to finish reading the books. I kind of don't want to read the last few because I know that will be the end of it. But this, being able to make adventures in Ankh-Morpork at least, it kind of prevents that feeling as bad, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I have 3 left to go. Death of Rats, Death. Horseman of the Apocalypse. I did not misspeak. Tooth Fairy and the Boogeyman. Soul Cake Duck. Yeah, superb. Oh, it is reality. There's some real good fun with this. It feels like there's a lot of variety in this one, from the gods to basic, the witches and basic sort of folk in Ankh-Morpork. Then we're going to go through, let me try and get into this before I go any further. Ankh-Morpork Through the Ages. Split it again, damn it. So rather interesting shot there. Person standing on another surface staring at the disc with an artboard, an easel, couldn't think of the word, an easel. And then on the back, we've got a quote from Nightwatch, specifically from Vimes, Captain Vimes. And then we go into it. So again, familiar. And then I can see the ribbon is the same color again. Interior artwork, all this is by Paul Kidby. Okay, the page architecture. So this stuff is done by David Benzal. It's really nice stuff. Nice work on that, fair play. Oops. Butterfingers. So, okay, Glorious Revolution. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this is kind of an overview of what's going on in this. But this page then, the Glorious Revolution. So when is now? We know about the now of Adventures of Ankh-Morpork, but this is the then. A little over 30 years before nowish, there was a revolution. And it kind of leads a bit more into that. But it does also say recommended reading, Nightwatch. So it's telling you you should read that book to get more information about this particular period. That's really clever. I like that. I like that a lot. So again, we've got some character sheets or NPC sheets. Apologies if you can hear that seagull in the background crowing its head off. We have had to keep the doors open because it is ridiculously warm, as I previously mentioned. So the production, theatrical adventure for adventures in Ankh-Morpork. Information for the Game Master who should make sure players understand what the goal is. And again, recommended reading, Nightwatch, Weird Sisters, Lords and Ladies, and Masquerade. And I love that they've got, one thing I should have mentioned earlier is they've got, so on this particular part here, billed by its producers as the most important event on May 24th, asterisk. And then you've got the little asterisk down here. If you were to actually rank the scheduled events in Ankh-Morpork for May 24th, it would, in truth, sit somewhere near the middle of the bottom, just below the first annual Duck Fancier's Bread Buffet for Mallards. So they've taken that same kind of vibe from the book, where there would always be footnotes, and just run with it. And I think that's amazing. It keeps in the spirit of Terry Pratchett, the absolute genius that he was. Well, technically is, because he's not really gone, because he's still giving us all this entertainment all these years later. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's a big list of books on that one. Cohen the Barbarian, Two Flower. Although the printing on that is a little bit disappointing. It does look like it's kind of pixelated a little bit, whereas Conina looks absolutely crystal clear. Cohen the Barbarian looks crystal clear. Not sure what's going on with that. Maybe they sourced a lower quality one, I'm not sure. You can forgive one or two here and there. Mort. Yeah, so again, I'm getting a bit too caught up now, so I'm going to keep flicking through. And then, okay, so you've got on the front of the book, oh no, wrong book. You've got a bigger version, a more wide version of this artwork here. But it goes from pencil sketch all the way through to color. That's really clever. That's really cool. I like that. I think I might have digital versions of these as well, so I might have to make that a desktop wallpaper. And then the last of the books, before we get into the other good stuff, is the Tales from Big Wahuni. So again, you have the nice university tower looming over the city. Same effigy of the dragon carpet, same gold ribbon that I can see in there. Again, I'm just going to flick through. Mona Lisa. Well, technically, I can't remember what that's actually called in this universe. That's cool artwork. I'm going to say that about everything because it was all just great artwork. Fair play. I mean, there's nothing else you can really say apart from that's amazing. That's cool. That's the picture of Two Flower that's in the other book. So I'm wondering if they took that and stylized it and it just didn't go high res for some reason. That's a nice character shot. Again, you've got the same with this, much like the last book, recommended reading. So these are different adventures that you can run. So I don't know if they class it as pre-made or because obviously different options, different things could happen. And it's obviously done the game master to run different things, but it's cool to have that skeletal structure, the bare bones of an adventure, to those who aren't necessarily confident in doing something from scratch. And it's always a nice way to try and get people to get into it and learn how to do things like that and play the games, which is really cool. And then we've got in the inside of the camera, or the goblin or gremlins. I think the gremlins sketching up what's happening on the outside. You've got Rincewind and Two Flower surrounded by what looks to be trolls, maybe, and some bandits. Yeah, that's really cool. And on the back of that one, I'll push you that first, a quote from the book Interesting Times. Cool. So that's all the books that we've got here. I'm going to open this tube next because I'm extremely curious what this is. Because it was such a long time ago that this Kickstarter occurred. If you've seen any of our unboxes before, I've said this before. We don't tend to go back and take a deep look at what's coming because it then becomes a nice surprise for us as well at the same time. Us being Leanne, obviously, who also runs the channel with me. Oh, it's a print of the collector's book, although it is a bit creased on the bottom. Oh, I could spend days looking at it. Well, if I say days, I could spend a lot of time looking at this. I might have to get a proper frame for that because that is exceptionally cool. I don't even remember that being a thing in this pledge. So that's awesome. Let's do that. I like the tube it comes in. Makes it really easy to put back in. Let's put that there. Hopefully that's not impacting too much. Right, okay. Let's do the badge first because that's kind of teetering on the edge of the surface there. So we've got this Ankh-Morpork City Watch badge. It's got some Latin on the bottom. The badge number. It's not ridiculously heavy, but it's not ridiculously light. It's not like really light either, you know. It's really well embossed. It's definitely metal material. I'm not sure what it'd be made of. Double pins on the back. That feels really cool. It's really nice piece. We can hear that it's metal. They haven't just scrimped down and done like a plastic or a resin or something. Okay, I have no idea what's in this box. So let's do this one first. Maybe the sharpen missed its life. Might have lost a bit of his edge. So, black box, fully black, no indication of what's on there. 2025, Modifius Entertainment Limited on the back. That same effigy that we've been seeing of the disc and the greater Turin with the compass on the front there. Is there slide? Is it magnet? How do you open this? Oh, it's magnet. Oh, what is this? Are these playing cards? These look like really high quality playing cards. Okay, hold on a sec while I try and find a way to get into these without stabbing myself, ideally. Okay, I'm gonna just, because it is ridiculously warm, I'm gonna wipe my hands off on my trousers because I'm sweating a little bit. King, queen, but there's no... Oh, wait, I can just about see the suit behind. Oh, my God. Okay, so the king, the queen, and the jack are 3 of the City Watch. So one's obviously Vines, one's Angora. That could be Carrot, possibly, but I would have thought his orange hair would have been on show. They're all foil embossed. This is incredible. Veterinary. That's Van's wife, whose name escapes me right now. That's Aunt Chancellor Ridcully. Oh my word. They're a lot bigger than normal cards, which is why I didn't think that playing cards would be included. Moist Fun Lip. These are insanely good cards. Seymour Dibbler. Wow. That's cool. Oh, and the 2 Jokers, obviously Death and the Death of Rats, the Grim Squeaker. I hope that's not glaring too much with the gold foil. I'm stunned by that. These are amazing quality cards. Oops, almost dropped them. Wow. I was not expecting that. I'm going to put those back. I'm guessing it's underneath. So that must be for taking moisture. Let's put that back in there for the time being. Nice little magnet box as well. You hear that click as it goes in. That's really nice. I was not expecting that. Next up, even though we do have ribbons in every single one of the books, obviously apart from the Hogswatch one, because that wasn't saddle stitch or whatever stitch they used for it, we have bookmarks, Librarian bookmarks specifically by the looks of it. So double-sided, same print on both sides. And this nice, amazing pencil sketch. Oops. By Paul Kidby. All artwork's done by Paul Kidby. That's incredible. Those are really nice, high quality. Oops, high quality again. But you know, much like the rest of this set, I'm not expecting anything low quality now because I've seen what's coming. So before, I'm not expecting anything low quality because this is all just superb. So we know those are probably going to be the character cards, the NPC cards. Let's take a look what this one is. So what we can see here is this, again, this effigy of the turtle and the Discworld there. Let's flip it on this way, get rid of this cover sheet. There's literally just a cover sheet. So we've got, okay, these look like they're just player cards possibly. You can fill in, so they're blanks. They've got the effigies on the back, much like the ones we saw earlier in the Toolmaster set, or the Game Master's Toolkit rather. Just on a smaller scale, makes it a bit more manageable. And then we've got some incredible artwork, all different ones. Librarian, Rincewind. I love that shot. I love that picture so much. Just encompasses everything about Rincewind. Just chaos follows him everywhere. The luggage. Seymour Dibbler. So Fowler Ron. Okay, so yeah, these look like they're like selected character NPC cards. So maybe quick reference. Yeah. So I recognize the luggage one from the book. Looks like these are just quick reference. Something you just whip out on the table and be like, right, here's the Librarian. Here's the stuff on the back that has the stuff we need to know about the Librarian. All nice, really nice artwork, some stuff in there that I didn't see in the books. Granted, I didn't look at hardcore through the books for obviously reasons that we mentioned earlier. And there's that friggin' sticking to the cards thing again. I hate with these packets. But yeah, it's always nice to see stuff like that, something different, more artwork, more variation to artwork. So these then, we've got Discworld campaign coins. I'm going to assume these are only available during the campaign. They are quite weighty. They make a really good noise. Proper coins with the kind of grooving. A bit of ASMR there for you guys. Those like it. The grooving into the coins to stop you shaving the metal off. That's why they put those on there. So we've got the hippo's crest. I'll be honest, it's been a little while. Okay, all 3 of them are the same, but so yeah. But these are really good, heavy, high quality design and print on that. And we've got 2 sets. I'm going to take the luck tokens out both at the same time, so I'll show one of each. Are they both? So one's that one. Okay. And then that one. Oh, that feels a bit weird. metal. That's more like rubber than a plastic. It says, so this one says plastic. So the purple one says plastic. The browny color ones say metal. So we just put those down like that there. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. If not, I'll get some inserts. You can see the detail. It kind of translates onto both a bit differently. So the plastic, I find, looks really nice with the way it's punching upwards. The metal's been embossed inwards, so it has a lot better definition on some things. Whereas because of the color of the hair and the braiding, I find you lose a bit of the detail there. But on this one, you can see all the braiding on the hair. It's certainly interesting the way they look very different as well, even though it's going to be the same design. It's just going the opposite direction. Let's turn them over then. Yeah, the hourglass look pretty much identical, as I say. One's just popping upwards, the other's popping downwards. But that doesn't, it almost doesn't feel like metal. It's a really weird, I don't know how to explain it. It's definitely metal. That's weird. And this is more of a, it's bendable. It's got a bit of give to it. So I wouldn't call that definitively plastic. It's not resin. It's more like almost like a hard rubber. Got plenty of those, of the rubber ones, and it's going to be the same. I'd imagine it's the same amount for the metal ones as well. So we've got plenty of luck tokens. Luck tokens for days, as Liam would probably say. And then we're going to do, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pull this big box here. Move those a bit closer. There's no seal on that. So we're going to crack the dice tray, okay? If I can get my fingers in the box. Oh, wow. Okay, let me put this box down here. Dice tray. Effigy of Death and a Kitten. That's one of my all-time favorite images from anything Discworld. The printing it's come out quite well, but it is a bit grainy. It's kind of lost a bit of its contrast, unfortunately. The back of the tray is all black. It's like a faux leather. Feels quite nice, quite sturdy. It's good. So the lid, I'm going to assume just slides off like so. Oh, okay. Silica gel. So that's okay. That looks like it's solid in there, so you can't take that out. I'm guessing that's a gameplay mechanic. So the reason I've done this first is then we can show the dice inside the dice tray. Makes more sense to me. Oh, if they stop rolling around, obviously. So we've got these octarine dice, which are kind of like purpley blue. Especially shows up very well on that D6. The edges on that D6 are ridiculously sharp. That is a very crisp dice. That one, I think the 5 looks really, you can see that blue vein running through it, and the 4 there. So 1 and then 6, 5 and 2. So it is a standard, yeah. So all sides opposite add up to 7. We've got, oops, is that an 8? A D8, where the 8 is a turtle. It's the disc symbol. The only one with a special symbol, it looks like it might be. 20, let me put the tray down a sec. 20, there's a 1, so that's no specials on that. That triangle, the D4 is a ridiculously spiky one as well. It's the same kind of very flat edge as the D6. Yeah, so there's only the one die that has that special symbol on it, so the D8. It's really nice. So I got 4 packs of those. They'll obviously all have slightly different variations of the blue and purple vein running through them. But that's to be expected, obviously, with production and whatnot. So I'm going to keep this out, and then I'm going to open all the other dice and do the exact same thing. These have cushions. Oh my god. Okay. I don't think a blacker dice exists than this. Okay, let's just pop those ones. We got the D8 here. Okay, these are... Oh, that's interesting. That didn't have... Oh, it did. It did. There's a D100. Is it 100? Yeah. I don't even know if you're going to be picking up the numbers on the dice on that one, because they are literally black on black. And this is the veterinary dice, which makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. So the 8 on this one that had the Atuin symbol on the Octarine dice, it's a shield on this one. I'm hoping that's catching that with the light reflecting off the shiny a bit. This one doesn't look as shiny. It looks like it just needs a bit of a polish up though. Yeah, it's just a bit of the residue, I think, from the molding process. That caught me off guard with the absolute pitch black dice. That is incredible. Right, so which way did these go back in this then? Who even knows? That's going to be that one. That's probably that one. This is always the struggle, isn't it? Put you in there. No. Yeah, let's just pop you in there. Okay, cool. That's the veterinary dice. I'm going to leave them ones to last, because I think I vaguely remember something about those, but we'll see what happens when we get there. Okay, then we've got the Librarian dice. Okay. Just pull out 2 of these just to show a bit of variety. It's a very nice orange, very crisp. Oh wow, that's quite heavy. That's quite a lot heavier than the others. Okay. So yeah, we've got this gold printing on the orange. Just completely see through that. It's really nice. And the special symbol for the Librarian answers on a postcard, kids. It's a, if I can find it, it's a banana. Makes sense? And again, that's quite heavy. The material of this was a lot heavier than the Octarine or the veterinary dice. That's interesting. Okay. Then we're going to open the watch dice. Oof, these are going to be heavy. Is that the... Yeah, no. Is it that one? Upside down. 6. Okay, I don't think the D8 has a special symbol on these ones, on the watch dice. Wow. Speaking of heavy, these are metal. That's a metal dice that is even heavier again, with the red embossed numbers. I mean, you can kind of hear the table echoing from just rolling that dice. Here's the... Oh, okay. Wait. No, that's a 10. That's a D10. Where's the D8? Is it that one? Ah, there it is. So there's a symbol. It's a watch badge symbol, basically, on that one. Cool. They're ridiculously heavy. Obviously, being made of metal, they would be. You'd expect it to be. And then the last item, yep, I just need to check myself, is the death dice. Oh my word, look at that. Okay, where's the 20? That's going to show up the best, I think. Whoops. This glittery blue, it's almost like the color of his eyes, or eye sockets, I guess. That's incredible. And I know that my mother's favorite color is blue, and she's going to love that. And she's going to see this video and she's like, I need to see these dice in real life. The D8 for this one, obviously, has the sand timer, as per death. That is just, I'm blown away by that. That's incredible. Yeah, cool. Yeah, right, yeah. Right, I'm gonna pack the stuff away and then we can look at doing an outro. So give me a second. The iPad's gone off. Bum, bum, bum. Oh shit. That was loud. And there you have it. So I've put both books here just as a little decoration, as it were. But yeah, there we have it. That was the Blackboard Monitor pledge. It's been opened, examined, admired, and mercifully has not resulted in anyone being arrested by the City Watch yet. If you've enjoyed this little trip around the disc with me, don't forget to hit that like button, preferably with the enthusiasm of a wizard discovering that someone else has bought lunch. And if you're already subscribed to Layalin Presents, if you're not already subscribed to Layalin Presents, consider doing so. Otherwise, we may have to send the librarian around to give you a surprise visit. And don't forget to make sure your notifications are turned on as well, so you know when we upload new content. There'll be plenty of more board games, more unboxings, and more adventures, and hopefully considerably fewer incidents involving exploding luggage coming your way soon. Don't forget to leave a comment down below and tell me, if you lived in Ankh-Morpork, which guild would you join? If you had to spend one night in Ankh-Morpork, where would you stay? I guess more importantly, where would you not go? And which Discworld book do you think would make the best expansion for this RPG game by Modiphius Entertainment? As always, thank you for watching. We do have social media as well, so hit us up in our link tree down below. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitter. And always remember that Ankh-Morpork may have its rules, but fortunately it also has plenty of people who are very good at ignoring them. And now, if you excuse me, we have a city to explore. GNU Terry Pratchett, may his words keep traveling around the disc forever. Catch you in the next one.